All right, these are 4 notes. We're going to talk about congruent triangles. We know that congruent means pretty much equal. So congruent triangles have the same shape and the same size. That's what makes them congruent. So if it has the same size and the same shape, it means that all its angles and all its sides are congruent. So, when we talk about congruent triangles, you have to be very careful that they match. So, I know that corner A on this triangle matches corner D on that triangle because they both have 1 mark. I know that corner B, or angle B, matches angle E because they both have 2 marks. I know that angle C and angle F match because they both have 3 marks. Oops. The sides work the same way. The sides work the same way. 1 hash mark matches the side with 1 hash mark. The side with 2 hash marks matches the side with 2 hash marks. And 3 hash marks matches the 3 hash mark side. Okay, so you can say that A, B, C match, D, E, F, because I went 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. I could say C, B, A. I started with 3, 2, 1, so I have to start F, E, D. So you have to match them perfectly with their partners. What we call this is CPCTC. That stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. That's kind of obvious, but all it's saying is you got to match up the right corners with the right corners and the right sides with the right sides. I'm going to show you how to do that with a picture and without a picture. First, we're going to do it without a picture. So, I am given the information that triangle JKL is congruent to triangle PQR. Without a picture, I can tell you everything about this triangle. I know that angle J is congruent, it's our first angle, is congruent to angle P because that's the first angle in the other triangle. I know that angle K, which is the second angle, is congruent to angle Q because that's the second angle. I know that angle L is congruent to angle R because those are both the last angles. So just by looking at that, at its description, I can tell that information. I can also do that same thing with its sides. Remember, to have a side, we have to have a line. So I'm going to say PQ. Line PQ is congruent. I picked that second triangle first, doesn't matter. It's going to be congruent to the first 2 on the other one, JK. It's a terrible J. All right. Or we can say that QR, I picked the back 2. Well, that would be congruent to KL because that's the back 2. Or we can say front and back. I'm just going to say JL is congruent to front and back, PR. So you're just matching them up. So if I take this first triangle and I'm going to say triangle LKJ, I put those in a different order. I did last, middle, first. When I write the congruency, I can't write what it says right there. I have to switch it to match that I wrote it backwards. RQP. I'm going to write in on this other one part of the information, and you need to write the other on your notes. All right, I wrote the first part of each statement, and you just need to finish all of these. So pause this and write your answers down in each of the blanks on your notes. When you're done, unpause it, and we'll go on to the next section. In this section, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to mark up a triangle. So I'm going to do what I was doing before. Angle K is congruent with angle A because they're both the first one. So I'm going to put one mark on K and one mark on A. P is congruent with Y, so P gets 2 marks, Y gets 2 marks. M and C, 1, 2, 3 for M, 1, 2, 3 for C. That way I know who matches. Y and P always match, A and K always match. I can also do the same thing on the sides. I'm just going to look at my angles. So on K and P, between the 1 mark and the 2 mark, I'm going to put a hash mark. So A and Y, 1 mark to 2 mark, hash mark. 2 to 3, I'm going to put 2 marks on both of them. And then the other side, I'm going to put 3 marks. So that's how we can mark up a triangle to know what matches. Now we're going to practice matching that. So the first thing it wants me to match is KM. Well, on this triangle, the first triangle, KM is this side right here. And I put 3 hash marks on it, which would mean the side with 3 hash marks in the other triangle is its matching partner. So it would be AC. All right, what about CY? It's right here. It's got 2 hash marks, the same as MP or PM, it doesn't matter. And then I've got PK over here. Well, it only has 1 hash mark, so it's congruent with AY. All right, we can do the same thing we just did with our angles. So angle Y, on this first triangle, well, angle Y is right here. It's got 2 marks. P has 2 marks, so I know that angle Y and angle P match. Angle K is 1 mark. Angle A is 1 mark. That tells me that K and A match. Okay, what about ACY? Well, on the second triangle, I'm going to go ACY. So it's really so I started at 1, went to 3, went to 2. So I'm going to have to do the same thing here. Start at 1, go to 3, go to 2. So its matching angle would be angle KMP. All right, we got a couple more to do. Angle MPK, well, triangle MPK. So MPK, triangle MPK. It's going to match triangle. M was a 3, 2, 1, so 3, 2, 1, so CYA. And H and YAC, let's see, YAC, I go 2, 1, 3. So on this other one, I would go 2, 1, 3, PKM. So all we're doing is matching. Let's flip over to the next page and do one more. The first thing I'm going to do is mark my triangle. S matches B, T matches F, and W matches N. And then I'm going to mark between the 1 and 2, the 2 to 3, and the 1 to 3. All right. So this is telling me measures, so I'm not just finding the matching letter, but I've got to find letters. So side BN, it wants to know the measure. So let's go ahead and mark up our triangles so they both have all the information. Angle S over here is 67 degrees, and it has 1 mark. B also has 1 mark, so that tells me it is 67. Angle N over here has 3 marks, that's 82. So that tells me that this W is also 82 because it has 3 marks. This line, this side with 1 hash mark on it is 17 on this triangle, which means it have to be 17 on that triangle. The side with 2 hash marks here is 14. So my 2 hash mark side would be 14 here. And this back side with 3 is a 9. So the back side on this one is a 9. So now I've copied down and put the information on both of them that we need. So BN, let's look at BN. It is right here. Well, we already marked it. It's 9 because we looked at the other one. TW is the one with 2 hash marks, so it's a 14. And BF, it is right here. It's got 1, so we know that it is 17. All right, what about my angles? Angle W is right here. Oops, didn't mean to mark that out. It's 82 because we wrote that in. Angle B right here is 67. Angle F. Well, we don't have a measure on angle F, and we don't have a measure on angle T. So we're going to use what we practiced yesterday. We know the whole triangle equals 180, and we know it has 3 parts. Part plus a part plus a part equals 180. So I know that one of my corners is 82. I know one of my corners is 67, and I know one of my corners is X. So if I do 82 plus 67, and then I subtract that from 180, my missing corner is, gotta look at the answer, 31. All right, copy the rest of these down, and we'll work on the rest tomorrow. Thank you.